What's up, everybody? Welcome. How's everybody doing? I know it's been a week for me. It's just been a tiring week and a long day today. Today has just been, it's been fun, don't get me wrong, but busy. So hopefully everybody is doing well this evening. If you've noticed, I got what I call an Amish look going on. I don't know how I feel about it. What do you guys think? You guys liking it? So anyway, welcome guys, welcome Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter to tonight's show. Tonight's show is very special because if you remember last week, I had a great group of individuals come on from Canada, of all places. That's right. I'm international now. I'm internationally known. Yay. Well, me and Scott are. So tonight's video, I actually have, he's backstage, well, kind of backstage. His name is Doug. He is from Paratime Investigations. I'm excited to talk with him. We talked a little bit off camera, of course, and we are both excited for tonight's video. And I see there's people already. Welcome, everybody. If you guys are watching, please say hello so I know who's watching. Don't be creepy. That's my job. So please say hello. Let me know you're here. I like these videos to be as interactive as possible. So, but before I bring Doug on, I want to just talk to everybody real quick and just let you all know, if you remember a couple weeks back, I actually did a video on death. I hate to say I can be creepy. Hi, Casey. A buddy of mine lost a family member today. I'm not going to give out details and stuff like that, but please send positive thoughts to just say Matt's friend. He needs it. He's a great brother and a friend of mine. And also, if you guys ever need, just a reminder, I actually do, I don't want to call it counseling per se, but I'm here to talk if anybody needs. You lost somebody either recent, you need proper closure, even if you're having problems, even from a longer, someone who passed on a while back, let me know. I'll be more than happy to sit down and talk. So it looks like Doug is back. He's ready. He's fired up. I'm fired up-ish. So let's bring him on. There he is. He's over there. Doug, welcome back. No, you didn't freeze.
I know. I tried it. Damn it.
I can hear the TV. Doug, welcome.
Curses. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. Let's see. I'm going to start off by promoting you because I'm shameless. There we are.
Hey, thanks.
So if you guys want to figure out who this guy is and why he likes the Celtics, go ahead and look him up. He might give it away. Yeah.
Bleed green, brother. I suppose, yeah, you get those Sixers. Let's not even discuss that.
Yeah, right. Actually, I don't think they do, but I don't really watch basketball just because Pittsburgh doesn't have a team.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know why. They probably did back in the day. It seems that every city had a team of some sort that sold and then went back and then they traded it and then, but I imagine they probably did at one time.
Well, if they did, I don't know about it.
No, never heard of it.
But already we have 3 people on Facebook, 2 on YouTube. So Sweet. Good start, guys.
That's like what, 8 in Canadian.
And we found someone to block already. There's a first ban of the night. Who do you think?
Who is that guy? And why does he keep typing things?
I don't know.
Yes.
But anyway, so no, I don't know if you were back by this, but I said I've had a long week. What about you, brother? How's your week been?
It went by really fast, but there's just, I think I sent you a message there. I don't know if it was, I think it was today, about how you have time off and you think you have all this time, like, okay, Monday I'm going to do this, Tuesday I'm going to do this, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, it's Friday, and there's like nothing. You just can't keep up with it.
Well, I know that feeling because I had off yesterday and Wednesday, so in my mind I'm like, okay, it's Tuesday, let's go. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I only have a couple more hours. Oh, what's that? Stay an extra hour or so? That's fine. I'm off tomorrow. I don't care.
No big deal.
And next thing I know, I'm waking up going, shit, I gotta go in.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
But I hate being an adult.
I know. I just want to win the lotto. I wish there would be, like, if you could apply a job application to be like a millionaire or like a philanthropist or something, that'd be great. I would do that. Yeah, I would like to do that.
And here we go. It's starting already. But by the way, folks, Doug and I were talking obviously a little bit prior to this. And we were talking about, you bring up one subject and it just, the tangent just goes from here to, shiny.
Yeah, exactly.
But I actually watched this video. I know some people love them or hate them. I'm not here to discuss politics. I'll discuss them, but we're not going to get into it tonight.
Yeah, I don't like
too much to talk about. But Donald Trump's one butler that used to work for him for years, he said that this man only slept 4 hours a night, and he paid him so well that apparently his grandkids and their kids, when they have grandkids or when they have kids, they're all taken care of.
Really?
So if he's got a job of availability, I'll be more than happy.
That would be all right. I wouldn't mind taking a little bit of not like abuse per se, but like the lack of sleep and the busy moments. If you could just do that even for, 5 years and pack it in, retire.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd do that.
But no, I just found it fascinating that, this butler came on TV and did a report and said about all this stuff. And I'm going, crap, this man does only sleep a little bit, and he takes good care of. Well, it was funny, whenever him and his wife got divorced, I guess the one time, they had 4 butlers for like the family or whatever. Well, when Trump went through his divorce, he called this butler in, the main one, and he said, hey, do I need 4 butlers? And the guy said, well, technically no, sir, you really don't. You still have me here. He goes, good, get rid of the other 3, and walked away.
Done.
I was like, okay, cool.
Like the thing I don't get though, like who nowadays can even function or live with only one butler? I think that you at least need at least 2 or 3.
Right?
Yeah, there's no way I could function or live with just one butler. I suppose he only has one nanny too. Like that's absurd.
And one chef. Well, Scott doesn't want to be rich. He wants to work for nothing and live with nothing. So, Scott, I will send you privately my personal address that you can forward all your paychecks to.
I think that's called, what do they call that? A monk. I think that's what it is.
A monk, yeah.
A monk, yeah. That's what you want to do.
Well, see, he can shave his head and his fedora would hide it, so you wouldn't even need to even see it.
Be nothing.
There you go,
I got short hair on right now. So, before we even get started, I think I have to do something. I think I have to do something very important because let's just check out here. Before we do anything, I think I want to find out. I hope, and then we'll all find out together. Actually, I want to find out if I can get my microphone sitting there so you can hear me. I want to find out what house I belong to. So
awesome.
Let's see. Where's the button?
I don't know.
Well, listen closely. Listen closely, people. I want to see where I go.
There's nothing hidden in your head the sorting hat can't see. So try me on, and I will tell you where you ought to be. Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff,
Maybe.
True. Let's see. Slytherin.
Oh, Slytherin.
Oh, well, you are wearing green, so.
Wow, Slytherin.
You are wearing green, so.
I'm glad you said I am wearing green because I didn't have my headset on and I thought you said, well, you are kind of a creep.
I mean, take it however you want.
That's what I heard. Well, you are kind of a creep, so makes sense. Stands to reason.
But So anyway, so we'll try to stay
Sorry,
on
sidetracked.
top. No, you've already seen this, folks. This man has already been through one of my videos, and now he agreed to come back for a second. This man's
Yeah.
brave.
Yeah, exactly.
Robots are attacking, and they look like hats.
It's true.
You know, here we go. Tangent time. And actually, I think since we're starting off really, really good on tangents, here we go. So I
Yes.
feel like eventually it's going to be like the movie I, Robot. That's what I think is going to start happening very soon.
Yes, because everything does something for you, right? The vacuum vacuums itself. The lawn mows itself.
Mhm.
You know, Siri, you
only
can
a
have a
matter of time.
conversation with Siri or Alexa
Alexa.
or friggin'
Oh,
Jeeves.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, don't.
Not you.
I was going to say.
I don't know that one.
I heard a story. I forget what show it was that Howie Mandel was doing at the time. And it was like one of the talent shows. Who cares? Got talent. Doesn't matter. And apparently the girl's name was
That'd be
Alexa.
a good name. That'd be a really good
Right?
name to have. The name of a show. Who cares? Just talent.
Yeah. Or actually, who gives a shit if you have talent? That'd be great. But I guess
think they already have that, and I can think of a couple shows.
Every show. And apparently the girl did a good job singing. And he was like, hey, Alexa, that was amazing, or whatever like that. And apparently everybody's Alexa come alive across the United States at the same time because he's like, hey, Alexa, blah, blah. And
I would do that. I would so do that. I would wait till my ratings are like as high as they could go and just say, and to all you people out there, and just go. I'm not going to do it because she's right here.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Scott, I don't think that would ever happen. I don't think. Although you can kind of argue that the SLS is kind of doing that for you.
Yes. I think some technology would be doing it for you in a sense. Somewhat. Did you ever see what the heck is that called? Oh God. Gone. What is it? Meet the Robinsons. Meet the Robinsons. You ever see that? And that reminds me when you're talking about someone said that. What's your face? Casey said something about robot hats, and it reminds me of Meet the Robinsons. At the end, they all had bowler hats. I think it was that were like that controlled their minds, and they were all wearing bowler hats. And yeah.
So, well, first of all, hello, Judy. Since I didn't know if I don't know people. If you're watching, say hello. I want to know who's here. Come on. But Judy Ann actually said a boycott. Check out.
It's true.
Yeah. I always actually, what's funny is my wife and I were talking, and have you seen the movie?
Yes.
WALL-E.
Oh, yeah. I love WALL-E. WALL-E. I love WALL-E.
That's hi, Judy.
You mean those big overweight people with no muscle mass?
That's what's going to happen. There's our future, folks.
Yeah.
But anyway, so now that we're 15 minutes into the video, Doug, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Sorry. You're talking about robot hats and
welcome to my show, folks.
Yeah, sorry. If anybody doesn't know me, my name's Doug Curtis. I'm from the east coast of Canada, the Atlantic Ocean, whichever that is for you in whatever direction. And I'm on the very, very east coast in the province of New Brunswick. Yeah, so very east. I showed him on. No, you showed yourself, but we were talking about it on Google Maps. See, I'm the furthest east and like the furthest south of Canada almost. Pretty much. Actually, I am right on the tip. So it's a small little town. New Brunswick's not a big province, but I hate visiting the U.S. and say I'm from New Brunswick because everybody thinks I'm from Jersey, and I can't stand that. To
be fair, you do have a Jersey accent.
Yeah, really?
A northern Jersey. I wouldn't say southern Jersey, but you've got like a. Well, maybe I can hear a little Philly in you.
Everybody, it's funny because when you don't hear yourself or you don't hear yourself talk or people around you talking, you don't realize that somebody might have an accent or not have an accent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh yeah. Anyway, I do ghost investigations too, and I investigate the paranormal and the weird and the wacky and maybe the natural as well as the supernatural. Because you have to say that. You have to say natural and supernatural because sometimes it is natural that you find.
See, I always say I investigate the paranormal, and anytime someone says, "Well, what is paranormal?" I just go back to really basic definition.
Mhm.
It is anything that is outside of normality. If
Yeah.
something happens that is not normal to your life,
Yeah.
that to me is paranormal. So
I agree. Two things on that
Go for
point,
it.
though. Two things on that point. I'm glad that you said that because I don't like using the term ghost hunting. I hate saying the word ghost. I prefer spirit or something like that. I don't like ghost hunting. And secondly, I lost my second point. So let's move on.
Salute. But here we go. And the peanut gallery is continuing. I just heard a disturbing fan theory. Danny Phantom is Timmy Turner in the future. You know, Scott, I've actually heard that. Seriously, if you pair them up side by side.
Who's Danny Phantom?
Ugh. All right.
I love Timmy Turner. I love Fairly Odd Parents. They're like my favorite, but I don't know who Danny Phantom is.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. So we're gonna educate. We're gonna educate Doug
like,
here, folks.
Is he like Ben 10 or something like that? Or
Something like that.
He's got to be lamer than Timmy Turner though, because Timmy kicks ass though. I like Timmy Turner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now that I finally figured out how to do this, let me show this to you. So here we go, folks. First time. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah. I want to see who this Danny Phantom guy is.
So that is Danny
Oh,
Phantom.
I seen the face. Yeah.
So that's Danny Phantom. But you know what? I can see it. I can actually see it.
I think Casey's right though. It's the one thing that you see with the same artist in different series. You can tell the animation characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But it does. He's almost got the same haircut and everything.
And I see a lot of similarities. The only argument I have to that is Danny Phantom seems to be more Hispanic in nature than Caucasian.
Really? In like the actions, culture, stuff like that he gives off?
No, just the skin tone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
he looks like he's like tanned, like extremely tanned.
Does Danny Phantom have giant buck teeth?
No, of course Timmy probably grew into that. Anyway, let's get back to the paranormal.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Why not? Sure. Judy Ann, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I've actually heard that. Some spirits don't like to be called ghosts. It's just kind of cliche.
It is. I think it's. I don't like it. It's just an ugly term in a sense. Sometimes, I mean, you can't help it. You're talking to somebody, or if you're describing something, like if it's somebody I know that isn't into the paranormal, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing on Friday?" But like, "Oh, I'm going on a ghost hunt." Like, oh, really? Because if you say that, oh, I'm a paranormal investigator, blah blah, and they're like, "Well, what do you see?" That was my second point. I just reminded myself. You were talking about. Sorry, I do ramble, and I'm everywhere sometimes. You were talking about paranormal being anything that is not normal. And that was my other thing, is that people think it's silly and saying that they don't believe in, say, UFOs, but everything that you don't know what it is a freaking UFO because it's unidentified. Same thing as paranormal. It's if it's not doesn't go with the whole natural thing, then it's paranormal.
Well, I always tell people, like, as an example of paranormal, if you're walking down the street and ET, comes up to you and asks you for a light, that's not normal. You don't see ET, Steven Spielberg ET, walk up to you and go, light. No, that's not normal.
No, that's some damn good brownies is what that is.
I take a picture though. I take a picture and look at my phone. Wait a minute. Yeah. Holy crap, that is real. But no, like that's anything outside normality. Like if right now I'm sitting here by myself. For once, no cats. That door just whips open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I look, there's no cats. My in-laws are out in the living room. That's not normal. That doesn't always happen. So that's paranormal.
Exactly. It's not the ordinary. It's not.
I mean, it's not just spirits or UFOs or Bigfoot. No. The paranormal is anything that's not normal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so exactly.
So before we dig a little deeper, because I do want to find out about Paratime and I do want to find out about you. The one thing I did want to ask, and I wanted you to talk about, if you don't mind, is something that's very important that I think a lot of people need to hear. And I want to hear your beliefs on this.
Mm.
You post either think you posted it or somebody posted about this month being mental health awareness.
Yeah.
This thing, I mean, we're gonna get serious, folks. I do get
Mm.
serious once in a while.
Yeah.
But being in this field, we
Mm-hmm.
deal with a lot of mental strain. We
Mm-hmm.
deal with a lot of issues that a lot of people have. I've said on
Mm-hmm.
previous videos, I've saved marriages, I've helped marriages, I've done a bunch of different things to help people's mental health.
Absolutely.
Now, Doug, why do you back this awareness so much?
I think I'll kind of cliff note everything, because I know, like, if I start talking about it, honestly, it probably would be probably a 2-hour show, I think, or more. But
Well, we have to beat Scott's 3 hours at some point.
at some point, we could make this a part 2 and 3 or something. But
Oh, we can do this.
to me, mental health, there's like you said, there's so many areas and levels of mental health in not just the paranormal area, but in our everyday lives. And I know myself struggled my whole life with mental health and mental health issues and whatnot too as well. But besides that, a lot of stuff that people deal with even in the paranormal world has to do with a lot of things that can affect people's mental health. I mean, like you said yourself, I mean, there's people are wanting to get in touch with loved ones because they lost them, or you're dealing with something horrific that happened in that area, and people, that's all they think about, and that creates like a big negative stigma on that area. And you try to make it better, or you try to change the story or change the aura of the place and stuff like that too. So a lot of things, like you said, people get stressed out, people get worried, people get scared with certain things and situations that they don't understand. What's the first thing we do when we don't understand something? We get scared a lot of times, and that's not good either. And like you said, it tears apart families. It can, especially little kids. Especially if it's terrorizing a family per se, or bad and negative vibes. But I think it's important in that sense to help people and give them a peace of mind, or give them answers to kind of give them a little space in the head and get them feeling better. But at the same time, I do this stuff because it actually helps with my own mental health, because it's a good distraction. I think I've said on your show before, that I don't know if I did or not, but last year, I won't go into detail, but last year I was diagnosed with adult ADHD, and I've struggled my whole life with things I didn't know what it was. So last year I found out what it was. Hence the hands, the interruptions, my mind going everywhere. But
You're good.
To battle that, I was kind of getting to a deep hole, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. And then with everything else, with mental health and stuff, you start thinking about things, obsessing about things, and you just feel negative all the time, and you just sink down lower. And when I get into this stuff, and I can research, and I can express myself, and I can help people, and I can research history and go through evidence, to me that lifts me up. It actually it's a great distraction, and I love doing that. And it's a good way just to kind of ease my mind.
Okay. Now, do you work with a specific, like, is there a group, or I know there's like a lot of like cancer awareness groups and stuff like that, but is there like a mental health awareness group that you know of?
There's a lot, actually. There's a lot of stuff that I'm kind of working, actually, what I'm working with right now. I think I told you that this year I'm actually dedicating the whole year to mental health. So when I do investigations and stuff through the year, I'm going to try to get people to donate when I'm doing it. And I'm going to do fundraisers. I'm going to do a lot of things to donate strictly to mental health. And then my big thing in September as well. But there's the Canadian Mental Health Association, and there's addiction and mental health services. There's a lot of places, a lot of online too, especially if you have anxiety and depression, you don't like talking to somebody on the phone, and you don't like face-to-face. There's a lot of forums, and there's a lot of things like this, like Zoom and stuff, that you can go in, shut your camera off, shut your microphone off, and just listen to people talk and discuss things. And sometimes just hearing other people say how they feel and what they go through actually kind of makes you say, you know what? I'm actually human after all. I do have the same things. I just thought I was stuck out, and I thought I was weird or going insane, but it's not. Other people have the same affliction. Other people think and act the same, and I want to know more about it. And it actually helps that way too. You don't have to go through the pains of phone calls and paying out the ass for meetings and stuff if you don't have to. If you can't afford it.
Yeah, no, and that's something that I really. Well, let me just first take a step back. I'm going to let you know, Doug, and this is, here live too. If there is a group that you start working with, or groups, multiple groups that you work with, send me their information. You guys all have my backing 100%. I will promote it.
Yeah.
I will do what I can to get donations.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Appreciate that.
Here in the U.S., we have one that's called a Wounded Warrior Project.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they have it up there.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
But that is a very good group. Me being a veteran, I've always been a proud supporter of the Wounded Warrior Project, and it's not. I know it's not just our military, but service members and their families go through a lot, and it's not easy. It's really not easy. I mean, people's, I've actually heard somebody tell another person with depression, well, just cheer up.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
It's
a literal battle with yourself.
It doesn't just go away either. You can't just sleep it off, or you can't just wake up and well, that's the worst thing though, with people with depression, or like you said, with Wounded Warriors, there's so much PTSD and stuff like that too. And you can't just be like, buck up, and people, and that's the thing too that I am trying to get rid of, and hopefully I can do a series of videos and whatnot too as well. I'm just kind of getting into it, and the thing is the stigma behind everything. People don't like saying that they have a mental health issue, or they're having issues, or they feel just down and sad. They don't know what to do. They don't like talking about that, because someone might say, just like you said, well, I'm sad. Sometimes I'm sad too, but I just kind of get over it. Or I'm tired too. I didn't sleep. So what? And people always come back with but, and they don't say, oh, really? Well, what's been going on, man? Like, tell me what's up. Is you okay? And no one does that. Hardly anybody does that. They just say, buck up, cheer up, sleep it off.
Which is why, that's actually part of, I don't like saying counseling because it sounds too professional, but I'm always willing to listen and help people out, whether it's paranormal based or not. I mean, I don't, it doesn't bother me if anybody just wants to talk. But I want to, Casey had some issues too. I know Casey has a lot of different things that she does on the side that just, by the way, she made a pop figure of her fiance.
That's wicked.
And it turned out very cool. So Casey, we're going to have to talk.
Yeah, that's wicked.
But I just wanted that to, I've been wanting to talk to you about that. As you know, since we started meeting, because as soon as I looked up Paratime and found you, I saw that and I was like, you know what, this has got to be something that's brought on. I
appreciate that though. I do, because people don't do it as much. People don't do that, and I appreciate that, because a lot of people just, like you said, there's too much of a stigma, and people are like, oh, someone feels bad. They just kind of want to push it away or brush it under the rug,
Yeah, and here's the thing: if anybody ever comes to me, I will promise you this: you will never get. I mean, you'll get a couple of smart ass responses, but I will never put you down.
No,
you know what I mean. And I know that some people feel like that. If they want to talk to somebody, they just don't know. They don't want to go to a doctor because it feels like it's too professional. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just let me know, and I'll be willing to help.
But there's just a few things that you have to do. And I know there's sometimes when people are going through things, or they'll be like, well, I don't know what's wrong with so-and-so because, they're acting this way and they're acting that way and stuff. There's just a couple of easy things. And you're not, like you said, sometimes you don't have to do it because you're not helping them or curing them or whatnot.
Yeah.
But just be respectful, be empathetic, because a lot of people don't understand the whole empathy thing. But just be empathetic and just fucking listen. Don't interrupt. Don't make them do, anything. Just let them talk. And then when they're done, maybe ask a question then or something. But sometimes that's what they need. They just need to just bleh. and
Just let it out.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I said I am playing. If you hear weird pops, I am playing with a fidget popper right now too, as well as we talk. So
Actually, that looks really cool.
it is. Look. There's like little.
I've seen those, and
Oh
I've
yeah,
had to stop myself so many times.
they're great, especially when you're trying to talk live, because then you just hear popping all the time.
It honestly, that would probably distract me if I could parent it. Because it sounds like bubble wrap, and I
Yeah,
love bubble wrap.
I know. And there's a side that's nice and noisy too, so it does like a nice little pop sound, and you're like, oh,
Oh,
I love that.
euphoric.
Mhm.
Right? Reusable bubble wrap. Exactly, Casey. That's why that is dangerous.
Yes.
So, as the title suggests, we talked about paraunity last week.
Mhm.
We showed paraunity, but I kind of want to dig in with you with a little, and you know what's coming.
Yeah.
I just so you guys know, like I said, him and I have been talking kind of on and off all week. I came up with a word
Yeah.
that I really like. It's instead of just paraunity, just unity inside the paranormal field, paracommunity.
Yes.
Which, before we dig into that, I want to get your feelings on this. Scott plans on making a small video on this, but he wants our opinions. What's the difference between ghost hunter and paranormal investigator?
So far, my advice would be not make a small video because people can't see it. I'd make it a little bit larger.
Right?
That's my first advice.
Or zoom in really close. Just get
Yes,
right.
just so you can see the face, even if it's that big, a thumbnail.
Well, no, because they won't be able to see this fedora. Then it'd just be weird.
Exactly. Then it'd just be like an eyeball. Yeah, we're veering.
Right?
Oh, to me, if it was, it's hard to even explain that, because if it was me, I would say between the difference of ghost hunter and paranormal investigator, as certain people might get it, I would say ghost hunter, Van Helsing, paranormal investigator would be like, what's his name? You know, the famous detective there.
Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Van Helsing, Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Scott. Casey just commented, and it's funny. It's funny. Really funny. But if it's a tiny fedora, then it's fedorable. I love
Adorable.
it.
That's a good
Scott,
one.
Scott, your
Adorable.
video. By the way, guys, Scott's video will be tomorrow. Yes, I'm plugging Scott. I will. At the end of this video, I will bring up Scott's information. You'll be seeing me tomorrow, Scott. Anyway, so to answer your question, though, Scott, for me, when I hear the term ghost hunter, I think of, like, I don't want to say amateurs, but I see and I picture people going out to cemeteries, haunted locations, and just going out like that, just recreational, if you will. A paranormal investigator to me is somebody who takes on clients, does more research, takes it more of a professional look to it. That's kind of what I see.
Yeah, I agree. And just to expand on that too, is that an investigator would, again, like you said before about paranormal, they would want to know where that sound's coming from. Why is it making that sound? What's causing that sound? Is it draft? Is it wind? Is it something, a temperature change that's causing it, maybe a metal to buckle or something? And that's your answer.
Yeah.
Whereas a ghost hunter, like you said, almost think running around with flashlights and stuff, and trying to capture something, but not looking at what is making that sound. They just want to capture that.
You mean
whatever.
looking for demons?
Yes, exactly.
Every episode looking for demons?
Yes. Yes. And
Leslie, if you're watching, I'm trying not to trigger you, but I have to.
And it's not even that as well, like just the TV shows, that it's certain people, and I'm sure that you have through the years as well, because you have much, much more experience than I do. But there's these people that you talk to on Facebook sometimes, or on certain groups, and every experience they've ever had in life was an intelligent, malevolent spirit that always, threw things and chased people and did this and that. It's every story seems to have some kind of dramatic thing, and I think I hate that, because people want to hang on to that, and they want the drama instead of just figuring out what it is.
Yeah. Scott says ghost hunters to him is mainly dealing with ghost spirits, where paranormal is anything from ghost hunter, UFO, Bigfoot. Yeah, I see that. I see that 100%, Scott. I see. I don't know. Like, I know some ghost hunters or like amateur people that go out and they'll look for that. Like they'll look for UFOs and stuff like that. For me, it's kind of like, what level of, I guess you would say, professionalism are you taking this? Like, are you just, going around just seeing what's creepy, or are you actually trying to figure out, what's going on?
Yeah. Are you looking for the screaming banshee at 3 a.m, or do you want to see what's causing the sound instead of just recording the happening? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Ron, you're right. Ron just commented, what we do can be boring. You're absolutely right. I mean, I've gone into places, and I know we're like all the way over here on our topic, but welcome to my show. But Ron's right. We've gone into the field and even some highly haunted areas and have had nothing happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people don't realize that, you go into a house and you hear this.
And you're sitting for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Or you walk into a house and all hell breaks loose. I've had both.
Or you have multiple, and on top of that too, you have 3 audio recorders, security cams, 4 of those, and you have 2 or 3 cameras. So there's like 80 hours of footage you have to go through, and 80 hours of audio. So there's 160 hours you have to sit here like this, or like this.
Now here's something else. Here's something else too we didn't get to touch on. I was letting you guys talk last week, but when I was running my teams, we watched the cameras and listened to the audio not just once. We listened to it 3 times fully. So if you have 8 hours on one camera, already that's 24 hours worth of evidence.
That's a lot. And you have to sometimes.
You have to. I took it every time. I wanted to get that through my investigators' heads that this is how we do it. The first time, we write down any anomalies or anything that might be happening. Second time, we go through it again. And at those highlighted areas, that's where you watch it 2 or 3 times. Like, it only might be 30-second clip, but you watch it 2 or 3 times to double check.
You got to,
And then once you get through that again, then you go through it again and make sure you didn't miss anything. And you ignore those spots that you hit.
Yes. And I agree with that. I think there's a lot of nothing how do you say that? There's a lot of nothing going on, and cue the gasp. Don't cue the gasp. But I said before that paranormal is a lot like fishing, because fishing's the same way. You do not,
Depends
nothing.
on where you fish.
No, but you could cast and cast and cast and cast, and you could fish all day and have nothing, come back empty-handed. And then you come out the next day and first cast 5 a.m, boom, you got one. And that's it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Heather, hello. Hi, Heather. How are you tonight? So Heather feels a paranormal investigator gets more serious into what they're doing. That's kind of where I was. I agree with you, Heather. I don't know whether it's just because it's called a paranormal investigator that just makes it sound more professional and serious. But I agree. Let's see.
I think so too. I think it sounds more better, as they say in Canada.
So Casey says personally she sees a lot of folks say ghost hunting and all they do is try to be flamboyant and loud and try to get things to happen. But in the few investigations she was on as a kid, she got better results just by being polite. I find that a lot actually too, because I mean, here's the thing. Yes, we are trying to help clients, and I'm talking just clientele based right now, but people have got to understand that, these spirits, even if they're intelligent, obviously, if it's, a residual haunt, really not much you can do, but an intelligent style haunting, they've got feelings too. They have thoughts. And when you're dealing with an intelligent spirit, you've got to treat them just like your client. You've got to have some, depends on them.
But you do. You have to treat it differently. Same thing as, like you said, if with a caseworker at whatever, social services office or anything, you're taking on that case. You are a caseworker technically as a paranormal investigator. So you have to treat every aspect of it very professional. except for, well, sometimes I'm not very professional, but I mean, that's not during the investigation. But you have to take it very seriously because you're trying to solve it. Like you said, the whole Sherlock Holmes thing is that you're trying to solve a mystery. You're scooping the gang, trying to solve a mystery.
Yeah. So let's see. Casey, speaking of fishing, Casey was out fishing today. Jealous.
I don't fish.
And you're off my show. No. Let's see. Ron says that they listen. This is talking about evidence. They all listen to it separately, then take notes, then go over it again. Yeah, I feel that's a smart way to do it. If you separately go over everything, you can validate evidence or experiences.
Well, you have to, because what's the sense? Because that's where all these lies and urban legends and all these people with outrageous stories come from, because they just say, I could just say that now. We could be talking and be like, there's a ghost of a giant black gorilla that lives in my closet. And, and you'd be like, and if you'd be like, really? That's insane.
No, I would just say, show me, or live, show me.
But if you're an investigator, you want to know, why do you think that is? Is there any history or anything backing that up? What's the storyline behind the place? What did it used to be? What was the grounds before that? You have to ask all those questions.
Well, let's see. Apparently Scott's informed tonight. He thinks we're looking at it wrong. He feels most paranormal investigators are truly mislabeled ghost hunters. See, now my feeling is on this one is I think people are labeling themselves paranormal investigators.
Yes.
That's my thing. Like
self-labeling. Yeah.
Yeah. What, Scott? Sorry, guys. Scott's making comments. Hold on. There we go.
Stop watching
cupcakes, Scott. Send cupcakes. But no, I think that like there are certain groups out there that, and I'm not gonna bash anybody. I feel like they say, "Oh yeah, we're paranormal investigators," and they run around going, "Here, ghosty." You know what I mean? Like, no, or they go out going, "Oh, well, there you have a demon."
Yeah.
I don't know.
Walking around and clanging and banging and shuffling through like the friggin' bushwhackers and just like making as much noise and clanging. Or sometimes they don't even do anything. Like I've seen people too before, like you said, they were ghost hunters, and you see their videos or you hear their audio. They don't explain what's going on. They don't explain why they're there. They don't ask questions. They just sit there
and wait.
And they say nothing. It's like, what are you trying to get from the experience? Are you just waiting for that bang or to see the lady on the staircase? Like, why are you doing that? Don't you want to know why? Don't you want to ask questions? Don't you want to feel out the atmosphere? But no, you sound like a big friggin' dummy.
Now, how funny would it be if people are doing that and the spirit is right in front of them going the same thing? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You see on like the security cam, the night security cam, it's just like right there. And they're still just like, don't even like nothing.
Yeah. And by the way, if anybody wants to do any like paranormal videos or whatever, and you're out in the field, by the way, doing this every 3 seconds, just constantly, not good entertainment. Sorry, I had to hit on that. I watched a video last night on YouTube, and this guy was out saying he got the best evidence he ever had. I heard it. I heard a scream. It was a female scream, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from or what was going on because the whole time I felt like I was going to get sick.
Yep. And there's nothing. Oh my God, woman! How many chapters?
We have an essay.
I see what she's saying. She's talking about mental health.
Before we do that, Judy Ann, Scott, I saw your comment. Give me a second. I'll let you hit this one first. Do we have any attachments? They also cause mood swings too. Hey, she loves the bushwhackers, the sheep herders.
I have 2 attachments. They're called small children, and they do cause mood swings.
Yeah, from what the fuck to oh my God.
Yes. But, yeah. I can't. Yeah. I can't honestly say that I had like attachments from anything. I mean, but see, that's my thing is that I'm kind of on a different sense of investigating because I hear people say certain things and certain experiences, but I think I'm more into the mental aspect of it as well. I'm more into the mental aspect and the mental responses and the environment surrounding certain conditions, thoughts,
Mm,
provocations, evidence and stuff. So if people have mood swings, people are have an attachment, people are acting certain ways. Sometimes I don't necessarily think it is something that is overtaking them, or it is something that is possessing them, or
mm,
something that's drawing them. I think a lot of it, not a lot of it, I shouldn't say a lot of it. I'll use the words carefully because I don't want to delve into it too much, but I think some of it is kind of preempted by triggers, environment. Um, uh, it's all there, and
yeah.
that's what's really overwhelming you or affecting you.
And see, let me just throw out a disclaimer real quick for everybody that's watching now or is going to be watching in the future. Um, this is just our opinions. We
Mm-hmm.
are not trying to say who's right, who's wrong, anything like that. We're just
No.
voicing our opinions. Um, we're doing something called paraunity. We're going to get to Paracommunity here in a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I really find is the more open we can all be, the more honest we can all be, the more fun we're going to have on these videos. So by all
Yes.
means, take whatever we say with a grain of salt and just
Yes.
sit back and enjoy it and be ready because you'll get it.
Every coin or poppet has two sides to everything, and that's why
Hmm.
you have to look at both sides. You can't just look at one.
Yep.
You know.
So as far as attachments, I'm me personally, no. That being said, Judy Ann, I will kind of add to what Doug was saying. I have been in the field. I've had something kind of channel me. I was having a great night, laughing, having a good old time, and all of a sudden I started crying. Like somebody just ran over my dog, and I was like bawling, and I just felt dread and sadness. Um, and I choked out, "Please stop." Me consciously said, "Please stop," and I felt better.
Really.
I've had that happen. I've seen flashes of memories and thoughts that weren't mine. I don't know where they
Mm-hmm.
came from. Now, can I prove any of this? No. This is all just we're just chatting, campfires type stuff, telling ghost stories. But I mean, I've had that happen to me. I even had the only thing close I had was out in San Diego. You remember I was talking about this one location last week. I ran into a little boy, a little spirit of a boy.
The hell was that?
Be right back, Doug.
Yeah.
I gotta excuse myself for a second,
Yeah.
folks. There's something going on
I'll
outside.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll
All
just
right.
read this thing. So while Matt's gone, I just Christy said something here while he goes to break up the cat fight. I can't do the bring up the comment thing though, but she says, "Hey guys, phone's alive, yeah, but I've been listening to one side. I love that you guys make tonight talking about mental health, and I have to say, from experience in dealing with someone who has mental health issues for 40 years, my only advice is to wear your heart on your sleeve for them, help them, and show them you don't deserve to break your neck and cater to their every need. But the easier you are on them, the easier it'll be." And that is true as well. I don't know if it depends on when people tune in or not, but we were talking about that too as well. And I don't know if you heard that or not, Christy, but um, I was saying about people that have issues, and it doesn't even have to be like, say, a specific mental health issue. You could just be feeling down, frustrated, angry, tired, anxious. You may have suffer from a lot of things, and sometimes all it takes is an open ear, just someone to say, what's on your mind? What are you thinking about? And not interrupting people and not saying, oh, it's in your head. Oh, you'll be fine. We're like, don't worry about that. You'll be fine. Just listen to them and let them say it. And just, oh, I understand. Oh, that'd be tough. I don't, oh yeah, that's miserable. Are you okay? And just listen to them and understand where they're coming from, and they'll feel a lot better. And I don't know if like you guys heard or not, but Matt and I have different, a lot of differences, and he is back, so I will stop
Sorry about
talking
that.
about him.
I don't care. Sorry about that. No, there's a local stray cat out back, or that comes around and harasses one of my cats.
Not the band
Like,
though.
yeah, right. But no, they get into real bad fights. Like this cat has attacked it several times. So, um, I'm making my personal goal. Like I'm not against any animal abuse by any stretch of the imagination, but when it becomes a nuisance like that and endangers my animals,
Yeah, you got to be safe. And plus, vet bills are expensive.
oh yeah, well that too, yeah. But
Yeah.
so I've got a BB gun out back, just waiting for the right moment.
You have to do what you do. I mean, look at the people that get rid of rodents and stuff sometimes.
So
You know?
dealt with that. But anyway, but no, like I've had the little boy, and yes, I remember where I was. I've had this little boy literally, ask me to, for help and stuff like that. And he came back to my apartment out in San Diego and chilled out with me for a little bit. And I kind of counseled him, I guess you could say. So, but I mean, that's really the only type of attachment I've had.
Yeah, want to talk about it.
And sometimes
I
that's what
think
they need.
I think this is where the dynamic is going to be, especially talking about paraunity and paracommunity as well, because there's various levels and various sides that people are on. There are some people who are diehard, hardcore. These are always spirits. These are always going to these houses that are infested with spirits and live activity. The mediums, the psychics, the Ouija board. They just throw everything at it. There's those people as well, and then there's people that are more breaking things apart and whatnot too.
Yeah.
And then there's people on every side, and then there's myself that's kind of a good guy and an asshole at the same time, because I like dissecting things. I can't. My brain doesn't work that way. I can't just say, "Yep." I have to, especially at work. People used to get so pissed off at me in different jobs I had, because people would say, "Go out there and do this and stuff," and you're like, "Oh, why?" And they're like, "Well, because this is what you did." And you're like, "Well, that doesn't make sense. Why would you do it that way?" Because and they used to get so mad, but that's the way my brain works. You got to pick things apart and analyze, and that's why I like the whole mental aspect of paranormal investigating, because I can do that, and you can kind of use that to answer different questions.
And see, that's the one thing I really like about this field is there's really no right or wrong way of doing things.
There's absolutely not.
I mean, there's some things that you probably shouldn't do, but like
sometimes you have to, though.
Well, case in point, you said about a Ouija board.
I wouldn't use I don't feel. See, I have a different advice about or thoughts on Ouija board, and certain thoughts on things that people will gasp about, that I won't make any friends and I'll probably lose subscribers. So I won't say anything right now. But there's some things. Ouija board is one of those things that I have a hard time wrapping my brain around and believing it.
Well, see, my thing is, and here's my biggest problem with it, especially just like with a lot of things in this field, you have like demonology and stuff like that. You have to be trained. You have to know what you're doing. One example I give why I just dislike them so much is, imagine you going on vacation. Say you're going away for a week. Say you come down here. You come down here to PA for a week. You take all your personal belongings, all your valuables, your possessions, everything, set them in your living room or near your front door, and then not just take off your front door, but rip out part of that wall to make it damn near impossible to close that door, where you can't, and then leave and go away for the week. By the time you come back, you don't know who or what is in your house.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, imagine your door in jigsaw pieces, like tiny little pieces. There's no way you can close that. And that's the dangerous thing for me for those boards is, you never know.
Yeah. And on that aspect, I'm not, see, I don't want to say too much, because I would like to be on your show again sometime, but it's not against you. I'm not really a believer per se against, how would you say this? Evil in a sense of evil, the way that people label evil, but I am a firm believer in very bad energy, very strong energies, positive and negative energies. I'm a big believer in energies and forces for sure. And that, like you said, if that can create some kind of negative energy in a room that you can't get rid of, either be it a demon or just a really bad energy, I don't want that in my house at all.
Well, my thing is with those, like, was it okay? Say you take your recorder, you walk around, you ask questions, stuff like that. That's all well and good. You get your responses. You literally just say, okay, well, you know what? I'm done for this evening. Thank you for talking with me, and you go away. You walk away. And when you use those boards, you are creating an invitation that is very, very difficult to close if you don't know how to properly do it. You can't just fold up the board and walk away.
It's not like a laptop. You can't just go, and I'm done.
Yeah, it's. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they don't have any uses. I'm saying they are misused more than they are properly used, which causes a lot of issues. And the other thing is you put your hands on and you get your, responses. You don't know who you're talking with.
Yeah.
Or it could just be your friend or family member just messing with you, but you don't know who you're talking with or what you're talking to. And that's what makes it, to me, dangerous. At least when you're investigating and you're going through your evidence and stuff, you can hear, the growls. You can get little red flags and be like, okay, I need to back off.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess in layman's terms, maybe, yes, you can, strum a few chords on a guitar, but not everybody's Jimi Hendrix.
All I know is I know what a guitar looks like.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though.
I know how to hold it.
Not everybody knows how to work something. And again, that goes with the whole Paracommunity thing, is that what you were saying before about how everybody is good at something or knowledgeable about something. And that's beneficial, hugely beneficial.
Well, let's see. I'm going to get back to these comments. Let's see. Christy says she woke up at 5:30 a.m. the other morning, walked by the stairs. Let's all read it together. Why not? But the stairway to the bathroom, she had a shower, and on her way back to the room, got hit with a strong cigarette smell. So either I'm guessing somebody snuck out for a cigarette or something happened.
No, we're non-smokers. And the guy who owns the building that we're in, like a duplex, so his side, he is also a non-smoker.
Well, so I have found that how old is the home?
50s.
Okay. Now I do know that prior to your landlord or whoever owning the building, if it was like, say, a single family home type thing, and somebody was smoking in that home constantly, like almost every day, it'll eventually work its way into the wood.
Oh yeah.
Or like anything porous. And on certain days, if it's too hot or, it's, really humid, that'll open up. So you might get that smell. It's just, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying that could be. Let's see. And Christy, I'm going to pick on you for a second. You want to handle this one? Or is this an off-camera discussion?
Let's see. No. I think if somebody wants answers and you want a way to communicate without using technology, without using certain ways, because it's very limited when you think about it. It's very, very limited to actual communication with something or someone from the beyond or whatever. But if you're going to use that, which is one of the rare ways of communicating, if it works. Just like what Matt said, though, be very, very careful how you use it, and make sure you have someone that is very knowledgeable on how to open, close it, and respectful with it. You just don't want to do it.
Now, and the other thing too with these boards, and I don't want to sit here and talk for like 2 hours on Ouija boards, but here's the thing, folks: if you've ever used one or you're planning on using one, and you have somebody that is knowledgeable, they can be fun. They could be interesting to use. I think fun's a little too far for me, but that's just me. But make sure when you're done, you do a proper closing and do a proper cleansing. You want to make sure you are cleansing that. It's not like this. You're not going to go use a fork, eat your food, and then just kind of rinse it off a little bit, right? You're going to actually wash it.
Yeah.
When you close that portal, it's just like a really light spray of water on that fork. You're not really cleaning it. It's not, that food is still there.
Yeah.
So, but be careful.
And that's with everything, though. That's with everything too, as well, Matt. Like, just because, you want to be, paranormal investigator from that you see on a TV show, you just don't go out and buy an SLS or go out and buy an Ovilus and be like, yeah, I got it, so I'll get every answer. You got to know how to work the damn things and use it properly and everything too. They just don't turn on and be like automatic,
Yeah, I mean, and it's not just that. It's also, how are you talking to these spirits? I found there is a way to do an EVP session to get the best results. Whether it's through provocation, and I'm not meaning in a negative way, just challenging. And I'll explain that in a second. But also just a genuine conversation. If you go and you want to say you want to help these spirits, you don't go, can you please come over and talk to me? I want to help you out.
Yeah.
You want to say it with some passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, what I meant by provocation, because a lot of people get a little, wait, Matt, you provoke? Yes, but not in the way that a certain show, Zach, does. And I have a little piece of thing of gum. I don't know if you guys like, showing my age, I really like black licorice.
Blackjack. Is it black licorice flavored gum?
Yes, it is. And it is delicious. Anyway, so I have a trigger object on a table. And a way of provocation would be, can you move this for me? Come on, move it. I know you can do it. Kind of like you're egging them on, like you're challenging them. Like, come on, I know you can do it. You can talk to me. Push that off. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on. And it's friendly. It's not negative.
Yeah.
That's a form of provocation.
Yeah, exactly.
Clove gum is good too.
Clove?
I've had some bad experience with clove. And Judy Ann says she wears sage oil for protection. That's actually a good one. I know a lot of people that do that. I do a little herbology too. I actually put lavender and a couple other things in, some sage oil for protection. And I used to make them little protection vials for my teams. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm reading back through here. Casey, you are right. Predator and prey energy. Absolutely. That's how a lot of these negative spirits, they work. They want to break you down. Let's see. Okay. So I think, Casey says she uses a feather for that. It's easy for anything to move. She went ahead and blessed a gallon of, she's got sea salt. Casey, I might be coming to see you. But yeah, so now we talked about it. We started to talk about it, and then we just went that way.
What's that?
Paracommunity. As you guys have probably known by now, and Doug, I think you pretty much figured it out. I am all for paraunity, whether it's with Scott, Lee, yourself, Leslie and Ron, James, everybody I've had on my show, and then some. I'm all about it. I'm all about our paranormal field coming together, having fun, working together, helping each other find the common question, which is not, anybody can argue this with me by all means. The question is not, is there life after death? What we're trying to figure out is what happens after death. Because if there wasn't any life after death, why are we out investigating? But I want to take paraunity a step further to that word, paracommunity. Now, to me, paraunity is the paranormal field getting together, but I've done a lot for the general community, people who are just regular Tom, Dick, and Harrys running around. Do you do anything like that up in Canada, or is that something that, in your opinion, may or may not work?
You mean like have people involved in the system and the unity, or you mean like helping out the community?
Well, what I mean is like, let's say you see a local fire company, and they do this a lot around here. A fire company is raising funds for a new fire truck. You go up to them and you say, hey, I'm so-and-so from this paranormal investigation team. We want to help you out.
Yeah.
Do you think that is something a paranormal team should be able to do? Should be able to go to these people and these communities?
I think that if anybody has been in this business for years and years and years and haven't done that, then shame on you, because that is something that should be done. I mean, you're part of a community. You're promoting your community. You're representing your community when you go and do things. So the least you could do is give back to it and help people as well. I mean, it's not just all about helping yourself and getting the evidence to self-inflate your ego, or your bank account, or your viewers, or subscriptions, or whatever. It's all about giving back too. And I think I mentioned to you before is I like going to places and breathing new life into them as well, because there's lots of places in the States too as well. We've all grown up going to this boring museum. Mom and dad or grandma drag you there, and you're like, I don't want to look at the history of yarn. I don't care about it. Who cares? And when you get
fascinating
fact,
by the way.
It's true, but you get older and you're like, whatever happened to that place or whatever, or wow, that's still open. And all they're doing is they're living off of government grants and just volunteer work and stuff. And they don't have much anymore. It used to be, say, 300 through the door through the year, and now it's 30. And so you should be promoting those places. You should be talking about those places, putting links in those places, getting people involved and joining their Facebook page and interlinking everything to breathe new life in those places and get people of the younger generation, or in this genre, interested in other places too. And that's what it's all about too. You want to give back just as much as you put into it.
Now, see, that's interesting. You should say that, because, I feel the same way. I feel, us as a paranormal community, we should have some sort of pride in not just our own community, but the communities that we live in. Because you said something earlier about my picture that I have in the background here.
The hallway.
Yeah, that is from the Hotel Edison here in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. It was named after, obviously, Thomas Edison. It's a huge historical, slew of information. It's great. I got to investigate it, and the reason why I got to is because they knew who we were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, if you go to these places and you start promoting either through your, a t-shirt, bumper stickers. I just ordered a sticker for my truck, which will be on my Facebook page as soon as I get it. But you start promoting yourself just very subtly, and you become very active, whether it's through Casey's helping us out with the Edison. I think it was something like that. But you start promoting and helping your community out. Guess what? Like, you go, like I said, to that little, the fire company doing their little, fair or, yard sale or whatever it is. You start making your presence known and the community to help out. Guess what? They'll start scratching your back as well, because some of these places, like, let's use the fire company, for example. Let's say a couple months down the road, they remember you. They remember the fact that you're giving them, so much, promotion or promoting and, exposure. And they go, you know what? We've had some experiences here that we just can't figure out. Let's ask this guy to come in, or let's ask this team to come in.
Yeah.
Or, you're downtown. Because here's the thing, people talk, especially in these small towns. They talk.
Yes. Yeah.
So all it would take was, hey, Joe, did you hear what happened? No. Well, I was over here in the store and such happened, or we saw this on camera.
Yeah.
All he has to do is be like, hey, I know a guy.
Hey, I know a guy who's got a team and stuff, and who does that. Yeah.
So it's very beneficial to me.
Hmm.
And see, now that being said as well, like this whole para unity thing for me really helps out, and I feel would really help out. And I challenge, I want to look at the camera, I challenge every team out there, every team, put your ego to the side. It is
Hmm.
not just you out in this field, whether you like it or not.
Hmm.
We are all out here, whether you know it or not. I mean, if I was walking around the streets, nobody would really know that I'm into the paranormal unless they've seen my videos.
Mm.
But or looked at my truck when I get my sticker. But you know, you don't know who does what on the side.
No.
So you know, we should all be here to help each other out. It should be, you know, we're all doing the same thing. We're all out for the same. We should be out for the same thing,
Yep.
and that's helping families, helping these spirits, and like we stated earlier, Doug, you know, your experiences or your knowledge might be different than mine. You might be an expert in a field that I'm not, and vice versa. So we should have that open line of communication to where we
Yeah.
can help each other out.
Or we were saying before too about a different aspect. If I look at something and I'm like, this is what I see, but you know what? I want a second opinion. I'm going to send this to Matt and see what he says,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, vice versa. It's why can't you have other eyes and ears and other people? I know you had James on your show too, as well. Just for example,
Mhm.
um, James from Hammertown Paranormal, and and he was just saying before we were talking about how expensive things are and how much shipping is and how crazy it is, and I'm more the same thing you're saying. Help each other out. I told him, you know what? He always wanted an SLS cam and stuff. I'm going to work on it so I can make it help him out and make it affordable for him, or send him something so he can have a piece of equipment that he wants instead of
Yeah.
just saying, yeah, here's a link. It's here, just buy it on here. You just help each other out that way.
And who knows? Maybe they have, maybe another paranormal team has an extra one. You build a rapport
Exactly.
up with them, and you know, be like, hey, I'm really looking for an SLS camera, or I'm really looking for
Yeah.
an Ovilus, or I'm looking for this or that, or a REM pod. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, I've got 6 of them. You know, you can just
Yeah.
have this one. You
Or
know,
neighboring groups. Like you could have
mhm.
another group half hour away. Dude, we're going to do this thing and we need an extra, you know, SLS or a spirit box. Do you got one? Yeah, here, sure. Go ahead, knock yourself
Yeah.
out. There's no reason
And
why you can't.
and so like I said, I challenge every group out there. So please folks, if you're watching this, share it on YouTube, Facebook, you know, anywhere. I challenge every group out there to work with another group. Let's make that a challenge for everybody. If you're a part of the paranormal team, I challenge you to find one other team, just one, to communicate with, open a line of communication with.
Say something nice about them. Give them a hug. Buy them a coffee.
Oh yeah, give him a hug. Just walk up. Are you part of a paranormal team?
Just-
Yeah. Ha. That's not creepy.
No.
But
Oh,
oh,
oh, you know what?
hmm.
Membership cards. Paracommunity membership cards.
Ooh, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Scott said he could use some upgrade for his SLS cam. Need to figure out software and what kind of battery to use. Actually, I think my guest might be able to help you out, and if he can't, my next week's guest definitely will.
There's a million different things you can do with SLS cams. It's so good. That's what's the good about SLS cams, and if you do them correctly, you don't. My thing is too is that I'm not. I'll say I'm not a perfectionist. I just want to get shit done, and I want responses, and I want answers. So I do it the cheapest way, the most effective way as well. But you don't have to buy a $1,200 friggin' SLS cam to get the same response as one that I put together for $120. There's no difference.
Well, I'm going to interject real quick. Judy Ann, thank you for your input tonight. It was nice meeting you. Have a good night. She's
Oh,
off
good for
to
you,
work,
Judy.
her third shift. She's direct support professional.
Get some sleep.
Oh, you all
after
are
this.
awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that, Judy Ann. Appreciate it. And you have a good night at work.
Did I go out or did Matt go out?
What happened? I don't know. I didn't ask Doug any questions, so he should still be here. You still with us, Doug?
I'm waiting. Is it you that's freezing or is it me that's freezing?
I just heard you go robotic on me for a second, but I think you're all right.
You did that too. You were like Max Headroom there for a second.
Well, my router's right behind me, so I hope it's not me.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I am getting a
paired.
booster.
That's paranormal, folks. It's not normal.
Yeah.
But let's see. Judy Ann, you have a great night.
Good idea,
Let's
Christy.
see. Christy, buy membership. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
We should actually talk about that.
Yeah. Just money go into making it like cost just to cover the cost, and the rest just goes to mental health. That's great.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
Scott is using his laptop and not able to use it for mobile. Nobody for the cam, and he's been using the software.
Yeah, I could talk to you about mobility, Scott. It's pretty simple. I'll talk to you maybe up because if I talk to SLS cams and set it up quick and easy for mobility, I mean I'll be another hour. But I'll tell you. I'll talk.
Apparently, we have cyber spirits.
I know.
Casey.
I know. I think so too.
Well, Scott says I'm all right. So it must be you.
Oh yeah, blame the Canadian. Thanks.
Christy said that's why she's here.
To blame me? Yes.
But no, seriously, like I feel like Paracommunity and Paraunity should be the same thing because, like I said, you never know who's in the paranormal community, and you know, I'm not perfect, obviously. I mean, look at me.
No.
But look at me. But I've ran into some things in my 14 years to where I had no idea what was going on. I needed a second and third opinion. And any team out there, especially a newer team, should have somewhere they can go to, which is why. Wait. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll get it eventually, folks. But I mean, that's why I started this consultant thing, because Scott and I have said it before in the past. There are teams out there that are very territorial. They don't want to work with anybody. They don't, whatever. But I like the fact that I can be very mobile and open with who I can work with and not have to worry about, whatever. But
or even just backlash or just arrogance too. I mean, you know.
Here's the thing. I mean, I'm not going to give out their names, but there was a team out in San Diego that I wanted to join prior to me starting my own. And the first thing that they said to me after my second or third interview, like they never saw me out in the field. We literally just met up at Starbucks and had interviews. I got invited to their meeting. I walk in. The first thing they say to me was, "Do you have the $300 for insurance, uniform, blah, blah, blah," and handed me, I'm not kidding, a stack like that of paperwork to sign. And I said, I told you I was unemployed, right? They're like, well, it doesn't matter. You have to get the $300, otherwise you can't join the team.
Really?
I went, okay, see ya.
See ya. Yeah. Wow. There's no sense.
And that to me, I mean, I dealt with that. There's a local team around here that all they're about is right here charging. Yep. I know teams that charge almost $3,000 for an investigation.
It's insane.
$3,000. These people are already dealing with so many different things, and now they have to deal with taking out a small loan.
Yeah,
no.
That's why being a member of the Paracommunity, member number 76542-B or whatever it is, you can say a trusted member. Here's a list of all our trusted members, trusted groups and stuff that you can go to. Are you in the Philadelphia area? Boom. Here's 3 different organizations you can talk to or whatever. And you can do that, exactly.
I have an idea. And Scott, I see you're still on here. You're over there on my screen. You're over in the timeout corner over there. And guys, everyone, let me know what you think of this. What about a website that we put we were talking about the mental health awareness? We built a free website for $1 donation to mental health, and each month we change it to a different
Different
organization.
cause. Yeah.
The paranormal teams locally or wherever you're at gets put up onto this website for people. And then on these little business cards, it just says member of Paracommunity and then the team name. And then when people look up the website, it goes to the website and you can see different paranormal teams in your area. You know what I'm saying? Like that? Kind of like a Google Maps. You look up Google Maps, you put something in, and it shows like 30 different restaurants. Same thing, but a website for paranormal teams.
Yeah. Hey, we saw that you're in the Rhode Island area. This person is the closest Paracommunity member in that area.
Or even better, let's say like you come down to Gettysburg. You go down to Gettysburg. You want to do a ghost hunt or whatever. And Scott, this is my website though. Scott said there is a website like that, but no, this is my idea. But you just look it up and it says, hey, so and so is a member of this Paracommunity, which means they're friendly to work with.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's kind of like a member of the Better Business Bureau.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Like what is it, Taps family or whatever it is?
Yeah, something like that, except better.
Lose it as free websites. Casey, I saw this. Casey actually made her own website, Weebly. But I mean, this would be something really cool. And something else too is going back to the Paracommunity. Say you go out to you go out in town, you talk to people, you help out at a craft fair or whatever, carnival, just pass out a business card.
Yeah. Yep. All it takes is just a link away. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, blah blah. Here you go.
Yeah, and you can even tell what services. Like I know my paranormal team before, or right now, I give ghost tours. I do investigation training, counseling, a bunch of different things.
And with every subscription, they get a free pizza.
Maybe not, because then I have to make it. But yeah, so believe it or not, folks, the main gist of tonight's video is supposed to be about Paracommunity and Paraunity, but I mean we've talked about so many different things,
kind of all over the map. But I mean that's a good thing though, because that's that's the whole purpose of just what you're talking about. We were saying our different sides, different opinions, different everything. And you hit it on the head too when I don't know if you just said it and you didn't realize or whatnot too, but you were saying something about a second opinion. And what popped in my head was doctors. There's general practitioners that have a little bit of experience in everything, but what do when you have something that they want to, more information on? They get a second opinion. They send you to someone that's more experienced in that field. The same thing as Paracommunity, right? You might, they could just forward you on to somebody else that has more experience.
I mean, even doctors go to doctors.
Exactly.
That's a saying I've heard around my area. But I just think also, if we do stuff like this, we could even hold, like, I know you were, you were talking about hosting some events. And I know Scott had someone on his, was it you who said that you were hosting some events, or I don't know. He was saying
it depends on what you were thinking of, but I have quite a few this year.
Scott,
things I want to do.
Scott, help me out. But there was a guest he had, and I for some reason want to say it was you. Said that they host some events and they go to different events and conventions, but with this Paracommunity idea, we could even do that. We could have we had the National Paranormal Day, on the 3rd. We could do something like that once every 2 months. Like you guys up your way could have something.
I think so too. And and there's just a promotion day. You can do lots of things for promotions and just people getting involved and interested in the paranormal. You could have like ghost hunting. I hate saying ghost hunting, but that's Ghost Hunting 101 workshop or something. And the other thing I wanted to do was work with children, with schools as well.
Which, there he is. but no, Scott's right. It was Jamestown Paranormal. When he was talking with Mike, that was him. He goes to like conventions and stuff like that, kind of like a Paracon type deal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could do something like that, even just something small. But Christy, could you do a GoFundMe? Here it is. GoFundMe for your area, for our area in Scott's area. We could do that, or even if, I mean, Scott and I were already talking about maybe doing our own channel together. But maybe we could take it even a step further and have our own little company, and it's just call it Paracommunity.
Yeah.
And, we could all do something together to where we try to bring that paranormal field and create more para-unity.
Yeah.
And because here's the thing, you can't have para-community without para-unity first. You can't. Because look at it this way, the community sees a bunch of paranormal teams arguing, fighting, almost like turf wars. They're not going to want to work with you.
Nope.
They're gonna be like, why would I want to work with this idiot? He doesn't he doesn't play well with others. So you can't have one without the other. So I think if we show, and this is all just speculation, theory, and our own feelings. But I feel like if we can show the community that we can work well together and that we are fun, which is again why I like doing these videos, then we're more user friendly to the community, if you will.
I think it's the exact same thing, and it's kind of just speaking in like paraphrases and examples. But it's like I said, it's if you're more kind of unified and certified, it's the same thing as being like I don't mean it when I say union, but like a union, like a Better Business Bureau or the Screen Actors Guild. You don't hire people that is not a member of the Screen Actors Guild and stuff like that. So it's like a trusted.
You have more credibility.
Yeah. Like these people, if you said, okay, I have like 1,000 members of this para community, and then they know they have been through the ringer, they've been introduced, they've been experienced, they have, all the boxes are checked and they are good to go. They're trusted.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too. Like, here's this. Okay, I just got the same message twice. Here's the thing. Like, people need to understand too that what we're talking about is playing nice with each other, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's not trying to trick anybody. And I know there's going to be probably some teams out there that's like, oh, you know what? Let's get the dirt on people.
Oh, there's so many people like that.
And here's the thing: if we do start something like this, people need to understand that we will kick people out of it just as quickly.
Exactly. Your card is revoked.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, we're doing this to try to help, and if somebody's trying to hinder it, F them.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Exactly.
Better Paranormal.
I agree.
BPB. I like that.
Yep.
Oh, Scott's over there, but I like that. I like that idea. But
that's awesome.
Here we go.
That's great.
Chrissy says to have a Paraunity page or site.
Yeah.
And have your guys' locations, and anyone else want to join separate fund me. That could be something too. Or what we can do too. And Christy, I'm not saying I don't like your idea, because that is actually a really good idea, but you just gave me another one. We could actually promote a group of the month, or a donation, or a charity. That's the word I was looking for. A charity of the month. Like every month we change. Like 1 week it'll be mental health, or 1 month it'll be mental health. Then it'll be like breast cancer, then autism, then this, then that. And if we do stuff like that, number one, we can have we could have to help promote it and be like, well, come donate this month, it's going to be this. Or this month it'll be that.
That's actually kind of good in a sense. Now, again, like you said, just shooting ideas out loud on your show, because we might as well draw it out for hours at a time. But I'm just saying that
coming for that 3 hours, Scott.
Yes, but I'm just saying kind of too, like not specifically, but kind of like a Patreon kind of thing. So all members, not really like a dues or something like that. But say if you had just say you had 1,000 members, and everybody puts in $1 a month. It's $1,000 a month going to a different charity. It's only $1.
Or what we could do too is we could create a site that the para community, not just us, the paranormal community, teams would not, I wouldn't say sign a waiver, but have like an agreement form.
Yeah.
That to be put on this website. Oh, geez. And no, I don't know if you saw that.
Yes.
Only if I get one and my cupcakes. But what we can do is we can have these teams sign a waiver saying that once you sign this, you are, basically pledging that you will be a positive member of the paranormal community. Yeah. And then we can put them on the website for free.
Yeah.
And then what we can do is we can put links to different charities on the bottom, or just have a charity tab to where people can click and go, oh, I want to learn more about this. And they click on that charity. They go to that website. They learn from them what that is and donate from there.
Yeah. There's all kinds of things you can do. Then you just open up like a para-unity can of worms there, because there's so many options and avenues you could do with that. It's just mind-boggling.
Even evidence.
It would just be ridiculously.
Even evidence. You could put audio, video, photos. What do you guys think?
Why can't there be a sharing network? Why can't there be like a sharing network? Yeah. Hey, I caught this on my investigation. What do you guys think? Boom, put it in and people can look at it. Like within that group, that organization, look at it and go, hey,
or say, hey, I'm in the New Brunswick area. Can someone come help me? Bam, you're right there.
Not Jersey.
You're from the Philly area. Well, there we go. We got a Jersey boy.
But it's true though. I agree. Like, oh yeah, you know what? That guy's only like 3 hours away. Why don't we just go pack up the car and just go check it out?
Scott's 3 hours away.
Yeah. So and just away you go.
And I know where he works.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just go down to the bus station, Scott.
Just look for a bus.
I'm gonna ignore that, Scott. We don't need this type of talk on this show.
Oh my gosh.
We don't need to talk about that on this show. I don't need that kind of negativity.
I think he meant foosball. And it was just a misprint on his phone or something.
No, he's talking, and I know some people are going to hate me for this, but soccer. If he's talking about soccer, I don't care. You can have that sport.
I don't do soccer.
I don't either.
It's too much running. I don't like running.
Kick a ball, kick a player, kick a ball, kick a player, kick a ball, kick a player.
Oh wait, the breeze hits you in the face, and you have to fall down crying and put your hands over your face.
Yeah, walking over to the bench, no one's around you, and
you just flop down, holding onto your face.
Well,
yes,
we can talk more about this. We can what do you guys think? Should we do a part 2 on just this? We could do that.
Specifically opening it up and talking about it. I think that's a good idea. And then, open to suggestions and discussion and stuff like that. You could talk another hour and a half just on that alone.
We could.
Yeah, easily.
Not tonight. I haven't.
No, God, not tonight. No, I feel like ass. I couldn't do it tonight.
Don't step into the front of the bus motion.
It's good words to live by.
Scott, I would probably jump yelling cupcakes or fedoras. But so here's the thing. Doug, you and I could probably do this for hours. But I know you're not feeling too hot tonight. It looks like the wifey's going to bed.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah.
So you might want to go do your husbandly duties.
Yes. Let the dogs pee too.
That's what I forgot to do. Pee. Oh wait, Casey, great idea.
Actually, that'd be perfect.
So, but Doug, thank you for joining me. I know we didn't get a lot of time or chance or attention to talk about Paratime. I wanted to talk about Paratime.
No, that's the least of my worries. Least of my worries. I'd prefer talking about, positive outcomes and banging our heads together for better ideas and stuff. That's what it's all
Oh,
about.
I can do that right now. And
Yeah.
I've got an entertainment stand,
Yeah.
and I haven't slept for a while. So everybody that is still watching me, thank you so much for watching. Please share, subscribe, like, not just to me, but to that guy as well over at Paratime. He's got a lot of great videos. I have watched him this time.
Hey.
But he's got a lot of great videos, a lot of great things going on. Right down there. He's on YouTube and Facebook.
Very, very busy year this year too.
So
lots of things coming.
He's got plenty more, and so do I, folks. So please, wait a minute. Okay. He was sorry, guys. Scott commented about please don't give me ideas.
The cupcakes. I was like, what?
Yeah. That's a waste of a good cupcake. Maybe he'll just have raining fedoras just on his bus. That's what we could do. We could wait till he goes on break and just tape a bunch of fedoras to his bus.
That'd be great. Right across the windshield or something.
You're only a 12-hour drive.
Yeah. I just hop, skip it, and a jump. No big deal.
And then I'll drive up to Warren. Oh, wait, we're still live. Never mind. We're not going to do anything like that, Scott. But everybody watching, please hit the like, subscribe. And thank you, by the way. You guys have got me over 200 followers on my Facebook. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
That is a milestone for me. I am very happy about that.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Now let's work on 3. I'm greedy. So
yes.
Please, guys, like, subscribe, share. I can't say this enough. Please share my videos. Because who knows who you may help. So, but anyway, Doug, thank you. It sounds to me like there should be a part 2 coming up.
Absolutely. I don't mind at all. I can talk. I have the gift of the gab when I want to.
Well, next week I have some very special guests. I mean, you were special too, but I have other special guests.
But hey, you know what? It'd be nice to be behind the scenes typing and commenting and stuff too. So I don't mind that at all.
Well, by all means. And if you want more of that, or some practice for that, join Scott tomorrow on his WASP page, the Warren Area Society of Paranormal. Join him and hassle him just like I do.
Yes.
And let's see. Next week I have my other guest coming, which everybody will find out. The week after, I can get you back on.
We could do part 2.
And then if Scott can, put his big boy fedora on, maybe we can have him in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
So everyone pressure Scott into coming onto my show as a guest. But
he will.
Oh, I know. I'd have to send the invite. Ooh, what's this?
Yeah.
Hey,
must click.
But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And again, Doug, a pleasure, brother. We will catch up with you next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you let the dogs out and let the dogs out with your wife, I guess. I don't know, whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. Judge wink wink grin say no more.
Know what I mean?
Finally, Monty Python. Somebody understands me. But anyway, Doug, you have yourself a great night.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, see ya.
Stay safe. See ya.
Always. To those still watching after an hour and a half, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight as we hung out with Doug from Paratime. Great guy, a lot of fun. I had a blast. Hope you guys all did too. Next week, I will have some more guests from our Canadian family joining me, and you'll find out. But thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, please give me a like, show me some love, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, because there's more to come, more videos. And sometime very, very soon, we will be doing a live investigation. That's right, a live investigation. I was going to do it this past week, but it's been busy, so sometime soon. So you won't be able to see it unless you subscribe and watch. So, again, thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening. It's Friday. Have fun, stay safe, and as always, folks, happy hauntings.